Hello friends. In the previous video, we tested about this mapToPair method, where we learned how to create a JavaPairRDD using mapToPair method on a JavaRDD. So now in this video, we will learn about how to use this ReduceByKey method, first of all, on this JavaPairRDD that we have created. So again, to save some time, I will just use the same type of like a parameterized test as we are using here. And also I will try to copy some of the, just to save some time, just copy it here. And then I will create this PairRDD and call the ReduceByKey method. So let's me remove this. So what we are doing is we are creating a Java Spark context. And then we are using these two files that are 1000 words and word list, as we discussed before. And call this text file method to create this JavaRDD, which is having string. And then we create this PairRDD using mapToPair method. Now let's call by our ReduceByKey and test it. So here I will make some change. In the previous video, we are just creating this line.length as key and the actual word here. So here I will change it from actual line to just one. And it means that I have to change this. Now this string would be converted into long, right? So value is long now. So again, we will having the length of the word or the line that we are parsing in this JavaRDD, and then we are just assigning the value as 1 for each of them. Now our ReduceByKey is so we have to do some reduction on this key, right? So let's take one example that what we are trying to do. So in the previous run that we discussed, where we were printing this tuple, so we can see that there are like the first of all, the length is like for the first of the 5 lines, we have got 3 here, 3, and the actual word here. So let's do one thing, that let's count out that how many words in the, or how many lines in this file are with having length as 3 only. So this would be our reduction function. Similarly, for other one, we can see that there are 2 lines or 2 words which are having length of 7. Similarly, there are 2 with length of 6. So this is our task, that what we are going to achieve using ReduceByKey is that we want to find all the words or all the lines in the file with a particular length. Let's use our ReduceByKey here now. So what I will do is I will use PairRDD that we have created and then call this ReduceByKey method, and I will just do the sum to count this. And let me Control-Alt-V here and just call it as counts. Again, let me explain that why I put this one and how it is going to work for this long sum. So counts, and I will take again for the first, which will actually show that how much that what we are doing here in this counts. And also I'll mark it as final so that it works fine in our lambda. And then for each I can call it as, say, pair system.out.printf. I'll just use system.out.printf. I use printf to avoid any string concatenations. The total strings of length are okay, and here I pass pair, the pair that we are passing, which is actually a tuple. So pair._1. This is how we get the key, and the pair._2 as a value. Better name would be, instead of pair, shift function F6, I will use a tuple instead. It's actually a tuple. Okay. So just do this, and then I will copy this just to mark, because we are running for 2 files, right? So better to have a separator here. Control-Alt-L. Guys, let's revise what we have done. So first of all, it's very much similar that what we have done before is that we pass these 2 files as method arguments, and we create the RDD for each of them one by one. And then we create a PairRDD using mapToPair. But here, what we are doing is that for each length, we are putting the value as 1. So for example, in the previous run that we had, for example, one tuple would be having 3 as, and then we mark it as 1. Another tuple, when it encounters 3, it will again add 1 here. So for each, so there would be for this first example, there would be 2 tuples with having 3, 1, 3, 1 like this. Similarly for 2, 1, 2, 1 like this. So we are actually mapping this length with actually only like one value. Why we are doing this? Because we want to reduce by key. And when we reduce by key, the function that we are passing is long.sum. It means that when this reduce by key is called, it will check all the keys with the same value, with 3, and then for the function, it will add both of these, which means that in this first five lines that we have passed in our first 5 PairRDDs, this reduce by key will have finally one PairRDD again as 3 and the sum of these 2 values, which is 2. So it would be transforming into 1 with 3 as the first element, as a key, and the value as 2, because we are doing the sum on the values. So this is what we are doing. And the purpose of this task was reduce by key is that on the whole RDD, which can be having millions of data here, we want to find out that for each of the lengths, like say for example 3, 2, how many words are there in that, or how many lines are there in that file having length of 3, or having length of 7, or having length of 6, whatever. It is just counting all these values by this little trick of using this 1, because 1 will be counted for each of the length for one time, and then sum will add it all. So this is what our purpose is, and that's why we are creating a PairRDD like this, just to count the number of lines having a particular length. Let's run this and see whether our assumption is correct. Let's run this test case. So here it would be, we expect that it will scan all this file and then calculate for how many strings of particular length are there. For example, say length of 5, how many strings are there of length 5 in the file. So there is one thing which I can assert and check. I'll tell you now. So we have run this test now. So let's see. So here we can see that total lines in file 1009 is, so there are total number of strings or the line of length 4 are 244. So there are 244 words or the lines in this particular file, 1000 words, which are having length 4. Similarly, there are 9 which are having 0, which are like empty lines. That's why the file name is put as 1000 words, and it is showing as 1009, because those 9 are actually empty words. That's why I created this, so that for this test case, we are very clear that what we are doing. This particular result will actually give me that our counts is working fine. Similarly, we can see that for 8, we have got the strings of length 8 are 67 in this file. And the same goes with the word list dot this, where we have got so many words. So we can see that there are 13,883 words of having length 13 in this word list file. So this is how we do it. You can see that's very, very fast. And for a very big data, this can be a very useful operation, and which is only available in PairRDD, but when we are doing any by key operation. So this was all about reduce by key method on the JavaPairRDD. In the next video, we will learn the group by key method on the PairRDD. So see you all in the next video.